Hello, crafty friends. This is Irene Fiero from Impressive Formations. I have been playing around with Anna Griffin's 3D village easel dies. This is my little prototype over here. This is what I came up with. And I made this one like a light up one. So here's the little unit. I need to tape it better. So if you light it up, there's 3 modes to it: flashing really fast, slow, and then just a steady light. And then of course it's an easel, and this is kind of what you see at the end. So I was gonna show you in this video how I created this card and hopefully inspire you guys to do a light up card if you want, because I know there's people who've already done the village in many different ways. So I'll start by showing you the dies that I use. So obviously I use the 3D village easel dies. I used Anna Griffin's, these are called house parts dies. And I'm using the windows from this box, which I do not own. I think it's a ornament. And then I used these 3 windows from the castle easel die that she has. So from here I use these 3, and then from here all these. Well, not all of those, but those dies. I also used this die here, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. It's from Diamond Press, mydiamondpress.com. I use that as a border die. That is a nice saying. They have other ones. And then I'm going to use from the Christmas tree dies, I am using this die here, which is this one here. Okay, so those are the dies. And then of course, I don't know if you saw the Santa reindeer die. This is from Tim Holtz. So I used this die. Anyways, hopefully this video doesn't take too long. I've tried to pre-cut some stuff to save some time a little bit. So from the main die, from this guy, I usually cut 2 of the houses at a time. So I'll get a piece of white cardstock and just do the church, and then the last one, which I believe is this guy. So I don't care if the rooftop, at least for this particular card, doesn't cut all the way. It doesn't matter. My little scrap was good enough for these 2 homes. Actually, I'm sorry, I used these, the white and then the cream colored one, because I want the cardstock to overlap past what I need. And then I take these 2 colors out, and then I do the red house and the green one. Because if you do the church one, for example, these guys will overlap, and then you're going to get some bending here, or it might look funny because the cardstocks are competing with each other for the cut lines. So separate your die cuts 2 and 2, right? The green and the red, and then the cream and the white. All right. I hope that makes sense. What else did I do? Also, I like pockets on my easel cards. So when I cut the easel section, I fold this. I have this guy here. Where's my 1-inch? And this guy is 1 3/8. Okay, not quite the half. 1 3/8. So I fold 1 3/8, and when I cut it, I make sure that this is past the fold line, so that doesn't get cut. Okay, this is the way I do pretty much all my easel dies. So I'll put that guy back. Anyway, so let me show you what I do. So I'm gonna use the gold as the base. Okay, so this is pre-cut. And then I'll start with the church, I guess. So with the church one, I am gonna cut out the tree. I want the gold from the back, so I'm going to cut this one off. This is part of the other house, so we don't need that. So I'm just going to cut right there. And then down here, there's these embossed layers. And I think I have them on all. So I'm going to keep that. So this guy sits right here. Let me make sure. Yeah, so I'm keeping the embossed and the line at the bottom. Okay, so let's glue that guy down. So we will glue this one down. Oh, I was also gonna I should have done this before I added the glue. All right, I'm gonna have to get my fingers full of glue a little bit. I cut the doors off, okay, from here. So let me get a piece of cardstock over here that I don't really need. And where is my X-Acto knife? So I'm going to trim off the doors. I should have done this first. Because I want to use the gold doors. All right. All right, let's put glue again. So we're going to set this guy right down. And then I'm just going to kind of spread the glue in the back. There we go. And then I'm going to push the little doors through. This also helps align everything. All right, so that guy is ready. All right, let's move on to the red. So the red, the same thing. We cut the neighbor house, the piece of the church there. We don't need that. I don't need the roof. I'm keeping, I guess I could probably keep the little brick, but I'm gonna cut that off. And then we come here to the side. And so here's our red house now. All right, that looks good. And let's remember to trim your door. Cut it off. Okay. All right. And we will put some glue here. And again, let's spread the glue. And I'm going to open the door too. Help align everything. All right. The next one is our cream colored house. Same thing here. We trim the house next door there. We trim the roof. Actually, I like the little gold bar, so I'm going to trim off that bar. And the neighboring house. Let's cut the door off. This is what we're left, and then we put some glue. And now you know why it doesn't matter that with your scraps, if you don't get the complete roof, at least for this card, because we wind up trimming it anyway. All right, so let's attach this one. And then I will open the door also for alignment. See, it's a good thing we have some more trimming to do. So we just need to trim. Oh, it's almost cut, so all right. And then the last one is our greenhouse. So this one, let's cut the neighboring house. Actually, it needs a little pole too to be cut off. We cut the roof, and then we cut the neighboring house bar. And let's see where we're at. Let's cut the door off. And now let's add our adhesive. All right, let's open this gold door over here. Okay, so it looks like we might have to trim a little bit more. All right. Push the door through. Like I said, it also helps align your house. All right. So all our doors are opening good. So this is the village pretty much, the little village. The dies do come with some trees, and these I cut with like a metallic green cardstock. So let's glue those guys down. And then we will do the other one. I kind of fold them back a little bit because they kind of curve upwards after I pull them out of the cutting machine. And then we'll line those up. All right. Then it comes with two little wreaths. And these all are from the die set here. It comes with two little trees and two wreaths, okay? So this is included in that set. Again, let me kind of push it back. And there's a wreath on this. And there's a wreath up here. Now right here is where you can stop. You would then mount your card to the base, right? The shadow. And then you would put double-sided tape here and then mount your card, and then you could be done right here, right? Like I said, I took it a little bit further, and what I did is there's like, I think you can probably see the windows. There's like 4 little squares. So I cut those out. Oops, just the squares. I think this one I went a little further, but it doesn't matter. So we're just cutting the squares here. And then we're cutting them over here, sideways. This is like the glass part of the window, I guess. Okay, let's pop those. I don't know if I cut all the way, so. Remember, we're cutting through 2 layers of cardstock, the cream and the gold. So I guess I didn't cut it far enough. All right. I also cut the glass on these 2 here. Push those back and out. And then I use these windows. So I use 3 for the cream colored one. And I know they're not the same. I mean, these have these arched windows. But because I was making a light up card, I found these kind of fitted, so that's what I went with. So I'm changing the window design of the original die. And then you just kind of make sure that they're, this let's bring this one down a little bit. Oops. Might be too late. There we go. Anyways. And then these little windows, I'll put them over here. And I'll show you my little prototype. So this is probably how I'll leave this next village, because so on my original one, I put a window down here. There was 3 and then here it was kind of nice because I just cut a little piece of the gold and fuzzy cut, or it looks like they have little candles on the windows. And that's perfect for hiding your light up mechanism, right? Because it would sit, you know, like right around here. And you want the light up mechanism towards the top of your die, okay? Not the bottom, because since it's bulky, this is what happens. Can you imagine if it was, you know, down at the bottom? I don't know how you could put that. So make sure that when you make plans for your light up card, that it's towards the top of the die. This doesn't fold completely flat because this thing is, I don't know, ½ inch thick. But you know, you can make your own envelope or a little box for it. But so for this one, I will fuzzy cut the window, these little windows in gold, and do how I did it here. Now, in the interest of time, what I did is I had started another one. See here, I cut the 3 windows out. They're a little bit crooked, but and I was having a hard time trying to figure out where I'm going to put this, because when you're running your little lights, I've hardly left any room now to run my lights through here. Okay, so before in the original one, this light mechanism was further down, and it didn't matter because these were covered up, and I just put the gold in the front. Okay, so like I said, in the interest of time, let's continue with this card. I've already put strips of foam tape around the whole card, and now I am adding my lights. Okay, so what I have noticed also is if you have 2 types of tape, there's like a matte finish, and then there's the glossy one. The glossy one is a little tackier, at least from these 2. So I am using this one, all right? Now, what I want to do is I want to put a light, and let me turn these guys on. So don't tape this guy down. I have put a piece of double-sided sticky tape here, but we don't not tape this one down yet, okay? So I'm gonna start from this side of the card and start laying my little lights that way. So I want one on top of the wreath. I don't know if you can see this. And now I want one on top of the door. So we're gonna put one on top of this door here. So that requires these 2 getting taped here. And make sure your door's still open. Okay. So this one here, we're gonna put it on top of this door now. So let's take that one down. We want it up at the top. Okay, so I hope this doesn't take too long, and I hope I don't bore you guys. Okay, so now this is where I want to swing by and put a light on top of my 3 windows. So let's see. So the lights that I am using, they are, this one is a bright white light. They come in packs of, I get these from AliExpress. I think Timu also has them. Tim Holtz has some white, and he also has like Halloween colors, purple and green or something like that, in case you wanted to do like a haunted house one. But anyway, these lights, they come like this. They're 10 feet long. I'm sorry, no, these are 6 feet. These are 6 feet long. So you remove the battery protector here, and then, like I said, it's got 3 modes of lights. Anyway, so let's continue putting our light. So I'm going to run another light on top of, let me close my glue here because sometimes I have a hard time getting it out. Okay, so let me see if I can, so if this guy's going to sit here, let me see if I can sneak a light through there. Sorry, this mess here. All right, so we will put a light kind of where we need it. So we need it right there. So I'll tape it down. Now, if you don't want so many lights, you can just cut it off, and wherever you cut it off from the battery unit towards, and the string of lights that you have is all you will get, okay? So if you're like, okay, I don't need so many lights, just cut off the end. So if you didn't want these last lights, you can cut it here, and then all you get is from here to the unit. All right, so we put one there, and it shouldn't affect the little unit. That's what I was afraid of. We should be good, okay? Next one is, now I want lights over here on these and on top of the door. So now we're gonna swing back. And we might have to tape over here. And actually, I just noticed this guy's sticking beyond the house, so we need to pull those 2 wires in. There we go. So let me put another piece of tape. This is probably the most time-consuming part of these light up. And I'm going to put a piece of tape here too. I don't want the wire to come down. So let's tape that guy down. We still have our unit there. All right, so now we have somewhere here in the middle. And then I want one on top of the door. So let's put one on top of the door. Now we head back. So let's squeeze these down. And let's put one on top of this window. Well, actually, these are the 3 windows. Now we'll put one on top of this window here. So my tape might be a little too thick. And then I'm going to put one on top of this door. All right. Let's see how that looks, okay? So using, because that might be all the lights we need. So this is what it's going to look like. So if you want it, let's open this door too, so that, because it also has a light somewhere in there. So we want to make sure we don't see the wires. Make sure everything's taped. So this is what our house will look like. You see a little wire through here? So it's this one here. So I'm going to tape that one down. And let's check again. Okay. And like I said, all our doors, they have a little glow to them. So I'm good with that. So I will, so it's kind of sad, you know, there's still a lot of lights. I mean, you could go and put a light on top of each window and make it brighter, but I'm just gonna cut this right here. These are a little better scissors for that. I'm just gonna cut this. And you know, now these are like pretty much trash, okay? We are done with that. So what I did next is to figure out where my light unit goes. You kind of like center this, and then with a pencil figure out where your cut line is. And so I'm going to cut now where I had kind of traced the little unit, okay? And I'm going to give it a little bit of space. That's about that thick. All right. So now you pass the light unit. All right. And now we tape it down. Now these guys are still showing, so we need to hide that wire. All right. So there it is. So now let's just start removing all the mounting tape. let's align it over here, because over here it's not glued down yet. That way here now it's starting to become more permanent because we're setting it down. And let's continue taking off the mounting tape. All right, and now we can remove our tape from here and put it down. So let's mount this on our easel mechanism. And I am going to put some glue. Oh, and I forgot my foam tape here. Maybe a little too much. All right. Now we can put this guy down. Make sure this is secure. So here's our card. So I have, like I said, I had done some work ahead of time. So we're going to put this here. So I think I have some thinner mounting tape. All right, and then on the trees, so you figure out where you want to put them. And maybe I don't want mine so tall, so and actually maybe I'll cut this. So basically you figure out the height of the tree. So if you want it right here, this is how much you have to cut, okay? So let's cut that part off. So I don't want to cut part of it because I want part of it to stick out, but let's see where we're at there. All right, I still need to cut some little piece off. All right, so this is where I want it. So I'll put a piece of foam tape here. Oh my gosh, okay. And then we will mount it. get another tree. So this, let's put another one, and then we'll put the third one towards the back. So this one, we're just gonna come here and cut there, and then put a piece of foam tape. So we will, maybe this guy's a little shorter, so we push it down further. Then we get another tree. And maybe this one, we want to keep the height of that one, okay? So I'm gonna double mount this. So what I mean by that is double the thickness on this one. So it kind of looks a little further away. Maybe it was too high. I like this 3M because I can still adjust it. So that looks good to me. So now we push it in. And it kind of gives a little depth to the whole thing. Now, where did I leave? Okay, so our card is coming along. So I'm gonna want, so what I did on this one also, just FYI, I cut 2 of these in black and I glued them together so it has a little bit more thickness to it. And I'm gonna put his Santa straight here, and his deers start taking off, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here. And where is the pin? Let me see. So I want a little bit, I need the fine tip right there. And so his sleigh, I will hold it there for a little bit. Oops. I'm looking for one of my little pink. I don't know if it'll reach. No, I guess I have to just wait. All right, I think it caught. Okay, in the meantime, I want to put another tree over here behind the church. And so this little wing here is competing with our light up mechanism. So I'm going to have to cut that. There we go. So that's where I'll put that. Where did I leave my edge? There it is. Oh, too high. So let's pull this one down. So right there. And there's our card. Let me see if I turn this light off so you can see it a little bit better. The most wonderful time of the year. I hope this inspires you guys, so you guys can make your own light up cards. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time.